Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dano Crypto. This channel is a place where you can gain more confidence and some much needed hope in the current financial markets. And if you are feeling distressed about your current financial situation, then this is the perfect channel for you. So I think what has inspired me to make this channel and to just start spitting about crypto is that, just to give you an example of the background and where and when I started. Just to give you some context here, January, just in the beginning of this year in January is when I really started to dive in and just actually start to take cryptocurrency more seriously and adopt it into my, into my everyday, content intake. Because basically, for years before, years before meeting my wife, and me and my wife have been together for almost 4, and I listened to a lot of podcasts, and I just would listen to a lot of meditation stuff, and just tons of I would listen to a lot of Duncan Trussell, Joe Rogan, and Tom Bilyeu, just like a lot of stuff that, and Tim Ferriss a lot too. So that was all the content that I was constantly listening to, and it's they would talk about cryptocurrency and stuff like that, but I wouldn't really pay it as much mind, because my mind was more directed to bettering kind of my life in different ways, and in tandem, kind of the finances kind of was growing with it. But I think initially, I started to really, in 2021, the beginning of the year, December, December and then January, coming into 2021, I had to really redirect my focus to something that was going to get my mind grounded and clear. And cryptocurrency was that thing that brought me back to earth, but then in a catch-22 sent me flying into a whole nother universe of opportunity, because it was so amazing that I actually finally, when I started to dive into it and learn about cryptocurrencies and the different ecosystems that exist, it really gave me a new sense of I don't know, just I was just a new sense of a hope, I guess, for my own financial situation, and just the way that I felt about money, the way that I've viewed the markets. I never felt comfortable putting my money into the traditional stock market. I've used Robinhood, and that was my first initial dive into investing, was using Robinhood, and that's actually where I bought my first cryptocurrency, was Bitcoin. And I would buy $1 or $5 or $10 or something, and then I eventually started buying Ethereum, and I would buy them kind of in tandem, just a little bit. And that was my first initial start into at least just purchasing it. But I think really And this was during the pandemic, mind you, year, which in 2020, basically like March 2020 is when I was just doing little purchases. But then come 2021 is where I really started to what you would call DCAing into cryptocurrency, like full on, where I like made a choice. I was like, okay, I'm going to direct some of my funds and some of my finances, and me and my wife, we collectively do our finances, together, and people do their money systems in a lot of, different ways, but that's what we find the best is, we like have our finances combined, and we have joint accounts and stuff like that, and we discuss everything that we purchase and buy, and we talk about everything, which is great, open communication. So I had a discussion where I said, look, I believe in this. I explained a little bit about what my plan was, and I think that's the one thing, like the number one thing going into any type of investment is have a plan. Have a plan of action of what you're going to do, and that will set you up for, it will set you up for success and give you a framework for what you're trying to achieve. So we're all trying to achieve different things with our money and, what we're wanting to do. So I think with me, my goal and my plan is to just change the way that I put money away. So a lot of the times, chuck money into a savings account and then I'll spend it so quick because of the way that it's connected to my bank account. You have your accounts connected with your savings, and you can easily just transfer it right into your checking, and you can make all kinds of excuses why you would spend it. And because it's just cash and it's liquid like that, it's just it's so easy for it to disappear. And it's happened time and time again where I've done that. And I feel like what I had to do for myself to train myself how to acquire wealth and actually to build wealth is to set up a system. And I think crypto and cryptocurrencies is an amazing way to set up a system for yourself. Give yourself the confidence that you can build and you can sustain and do something that has a little bit more direction towards it. So I took that and I used that principle and applied it with cryptocurrency and said, I'm going to use this as my almost like a savings account, like a side savings account. I'm going to DCA and dollar cost average into these cryptocurrencies. So that was where I got my start, and that was right in the beginning of this year. Right now it is currently November 13th, 2021, recording this video. And as of these past, 10 months, 10, 11 months, I've been able to acquire over, $6,000 of crypto assets, which for me, in my life, I mean, that might not be a lot of money for some people, but for me, that's, the most I've had in any type of asset ever in my life. I've had, like cash in the bank and stuff like that. Maybe, I've like owned my car. I paid off my car, like, things like that. But it's, when you own a unique type of asset, like say Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these different altcoins. I mean, there's thousands of them, there's something about it. It's cool. I mean, it's a unique opportunity, and it's something that has just given me, it's just given me a spark. It's given me a new spark about money. So yeah, that was my plan, and I think it's worked out very well for me to use cryptocurrency to elevate my financial situation. So a great way to start is, I actually just like most people go to the internet, and I've been on YouTube since it started. I've been on all social media platforms, so I've navigated all different types of trends and spaces since I've been on the internet. So when I want to find out something, I mean, I go to YouTube. I usually can figure out who are the top people to watch. I was able to find a lot of awesome YouTube channels, and shout out to Journey Crypto and BitBoy Crypto and Altcoin Daily. Those are the top ones that I think really gave me so much knowledge and information, like right off the drop, to send me in the right direction. So that's basically just like point blank. If you go to those channels and you just like, you have to sift through some of their content. It's not like every video is going to be gold, and they're saying like, oh, the opinions change, the market changes. So you have to just take things with a grain of salt, and not like bet your whole like life's savings on one video for what someone says. You can't do that. That's stupid. So, but I mean, I've gone through a lot of, honestly, even though I'm very new to the space, I've gone through a lot of different phases and how it's been moving. Even with the past 10 months, I've been able to see the market go up and down multiple times in different phases. So when I first got in fully, Bitcoin was at 50,000. I split it. I had $400. I put $200 into, I think I had 500. I actually put 250 into Bitcoin, 250 in Ethereum, and that was on Robinhood. I did it split like that. And then I think Ethereum was like at like 1235 or something like that. So yeah, a lot of those channels that I mentioned are a good starting point to just learning about some of the ecosystem. So, and a lot of the terms too. There's a lot of words thrown around like DeFi and altcoin and swaps and pools, staking, all of these things, wallet addresses, different types of wallets, all the different types of blockchains. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you will, you're going to be like, what? You're not going to know what people are talking about, or what like an ERC20 token is, or a BP20 token on the Binance Smart Chain. I mean, you might know what I'm talking about, but the person that's just done traditional finance is not going to know what that is. And so I think that's why I feel inclined to start talking about it and start making these videos, because I think it's important. We're so new to this space, and I've realized that as much content that I've been watching, that we're we're so new. There's only millions of users doing things on these ecosystems, like millions, and that's with like the total usage. So if we like, this is, so this will be like your bread and butter. There's a couple of different websites that do this. It's like an aggregator of the market right here, and this is Coin Market Cap. Like that is going to be your best friend. I use this site almost every single day. I go on here and I check, the prices. You can check per market cap and per price and movement for like on the between the 24-hour and the full length of the project, the ranking. So Bitcoin being the first, Ethereum right under, and Binance is actually is the third now. So ADA is one of these projects that I really like. It's one that I started DCAing into first and still do. I've stopped at the moment because I hit my total accumulation point that I wanted to hit. I set a goal and I hit it, so I kind of just stopped buying. But yeah, Cardano was actually in this third spot. So what I like to do is I go on CoinMarketCap and you can see what coins are trending at the time. You can see just how the market is moving. You can see the biggest gainers. You can go